For the past 17 weeks, we have gone through many NFL finishes, including the great ones that got us to this point, and the ones that costed teams playoff spots. Well, today, two more teams will be eliminated. Will it be the Dolphins or the Steelers? Will it be the Giants or the Packers? Well, it can only be decided on the field. SN NFL Kickoff, Wildcard Sunday pregame show is right now. Today it's the Dolphins and the Steelers and the Giants and the Packers. A whole season to get us to this point. Two huge games today. I'll be in noon Central. When the Dolphins take on the Steelers, winner of that one will decide where Houston goes next week. As yesterday, Oakland and Houston, Lions, Seahawks. Well, it was battle of the defenses in Houston. And you could see that the Texans' defense definitely played better than the Oakland defense. As we bring in to us an NFL Kickoff. Hello, my name is J. Rod. Waz has already picked some games. He has picked the games for us. Picking Miami. He has picked the Packers and the Steelers today, so let's put that in. Packers and Steelers. And two more playoff teams' hopes. Their fan bases will be disappointed today. Today's show is sponsored by Waz Jr. 23, bringing you content every day that is to amaze. Oops. Don't press that button. When you get lost in this kind of stuff. Oh, that's what I need to do. Okay, come on. You can join. But yesterday, both home teams won. It could replicate itself today But let's break down the matchups. Dolphins and Steelers, they met earlier this year. Obviously, the stages were not this high. Game was in Miami. And so the Dolphins lost the first 5, and going to overtime against the Browns in their only win in their first 5 games. Then they won 6 games in a row. They lost to the Ravens. Then they won 3 more games in a row. Then lost to New England in Week 17. (10-6) season for the Dolphins, just enough to get them into the playoffs. So let's see this earlier matchup. Obviously, they had Tannehill back then. Jay Ajayi had over 200 yards in that game, including a 62-yard run. Jay Ajayi put in 32 fantasy points. In most leagues. But Miami losing the quarterback, and now you're on the road against a Pittsburgh team that's red hot. How has Pittsburgh gotten to this point? Well, winning. They won 4 of their first 5. When they lost coming to Philadelphia, then they lost their next 4. Similar to what the Packers had to do, they ring the table. When you're 4-5, you really have to run the table. And now they're sitting at 11-5. But they did beat some playoff teams near the end. They beat the Giants. They beat the Ravens. But they have to go to Kansas City next week. They've beaten Kansas City this year. It's a different Pittsburgh team when they beat the Kansas City. Different Kansas City team. What does Miami have to do to win today? Well, they are going to have to Miami's going to have to really have to run the football well against this Pittsburgh defense. It's going to have to be your offense, because your defense is going to have to be good enough to win the game. Offense needs to keep up with what the Steelers are doing. I don't see this as a challenge for Miami. They held Pittsburgh to 15 points in that first meeting. Obviously, the temperatures were much warmer back then. And I don't know if Antonio Brown is going to have a big game today. You have to stop leaving him out of that. He is too good to be given opportunities. This is when last year the Steelers won as a 6th seed. They know how it feels to win as a 6th seed. They know that they have to stop it. They can't allow Miami to stay in the game. Well, you saw how they won the Steelers. They beat the Bengals. Bengals never play well in the playoffs. Steelers, not the same story. You're going to have to beat the Steelers, control the tempo, control the football. And I don't think Miami's going to beat them on the ground. You've got plenty of time to know what Miami does. You're not going to make the same mistake you did the first time. Why would you? But what I'm interested to see is that Miami defense. Do they have enough? Are they? Can we say? Because when you lose to New England like that, you're not the same team. So much doubt on Miami after the loss to New England. Thing is, you can't lose to New England. You can't lose a playoff team. Miami has to play like a playoff team and not like a team that is 0-100. You can't. Because Miami hasn't been to the playoffs. Not many of the players know how it feels to be in the biggest stage. But the Dolphins do have plenty of talent on their own side. And can they execute? Let's now look at the NFC matchup. Giants and Well, so the Giants, they have confidence on defense. They can stop the run. They can stop the pass game. But can they stop those tight ends? I think the key for Green Bay is the tight ends across the middle. That is what is key. Can Green Bay make the Giants over the tight ends with their stars? Because obviously you gotta stop Randall Cobb, you gotta stop Jordan Nelson. You still got another corner up there that is a superstar. Green Bay, they're going to have to create turnovers if they want to win this game. And the Giants do turn the ball over. Paul Perkins could fumble. Rashad Jennings could fumble. Eli Manning. Well, we'll see if Eli Manning plays like what he did in 2011 when they won the Super Bowl, or if he's going to play like they did last year and miss the playoffs because of losing so many games in a row. Just losing. Okay, that's the feeling you want right now. Giants can win the game today against Green Bay. They have a shot. And they need to. This for Green Bay, turnovers. You gotta stop you have something to stop yourselves. Green Bay offense, a lot of people talk about that. The Giants offense, they've got superstars up there. They've got Victor Cruz, they've got Odell, they've got Sterling Shepard. They've got so many guys that can catch the football. And then you have the screen game. You have Paul Perkins in the backfield. No Shane Vereen. Well, he turned the ball over a lot. They don't need him. And I think the Giants, if they put up 30 points against Green Bay, they'll win. Obviously, the air is not going to be as easy. It's pretty cold out here. It's like 20 degrees out. Oh, I think it's like 11 out there. It is cold. And it's the game's north of here, okay? It's actually northeast from here, so I don't want to step outside. Laws June 23 is like absent. As always, I feel like it never shows up to these shows. But it is time to make our pick. Well, be here. So I have 2 picks right. We have not decided the point system. All the wild card games, though, are worth the same. Even if you pick the road team, you're not going to get any bonus points. I'm going to go Steelers for reasons I've already stated. They are one of the best teams in the NFL right now. And, Miami is not a team that should be in the playoffs. Denver would have a better chance of beating the Steelers right now. And then, on Fox. They've got to go in Giants and the Packers. I think we should go, who has the most? Let's look up this first. They played already this year. I know that. Giants and Packers on Sunday night. They did play. Okay. We'll show you how that game went. It was a 7-point win for Green Bay. Eli Manning, he didn't turn the ball over. Huh? That couldn't be true. Eli didn't turn the ball over. Eli, you didn't turn the ball over against Green Bay? No, they didn't really have a ground game. They only played 43 yards rushing. Oh, Eddie Lacy. Starks. I don't know. No rushing touchdowns. Adams and Nelson caught touchdowns. Beckham caught a touchdown. Well, thing is, Giants let them get into the red zone 2 times. Field goal. Well, I got confidence in my pick today. We're going New York. Oh, I'm not picking against my own Giants. We can't do that. We picked the Giants a couple times. I think we are maybe... No, we're not that good when we pick the Giants. I think we're maybe 1 of 3 when we pick the Giants this year. It's 2 of 4, I think, in this pick. We did it at the bottom earlier in the year. You know, like when they had those gold boxes at the bottom. They used to be white, didn't they? Not to be racist or anything. I think they did change the color to gold again when we entered December. But make sure to tune into today's NFL football, as the divisional round will be set after the Giants and Packers finish. For everybody that tuned in today, this has been a presentation of SN Sports on SN. For everybody that tuned in today, hope you have a warm day watching both games. And we will see you next time.